Okay, so I believe that the scene in Australia at the moment is super healthy in terms of like I said, we're a big country, but the scene looks so much bigger than it is, right? While we have
Okay.
all these parties and all these announcements that happen often, for a local DJ, artist, producer, however you want to call it, to break through in the Australian scene, you have to cater for the the vast majority of people, right? So there's only like one person, in my opinion, who broke through and became someone who can sustain living off music in Australia, which is Colin Hennes. I don't know if you're familiar with Colin Hennes.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
he's
Yes.
the
Yes.
guy
Yes.
with the
Yes.
mullet. He does
Yeah.
all these TikToks, and he's like, shout
Yeah.
out Colin, one of my really good friends. I believe what he's doing is like the only way you can break through into the Australia scene and be able to make a living out of it. Because at the end of the day, like someone who's passionate on music, you don't want to just still work a full-time job and do all these gigs and stuff like that. And it's super limited too, because like we have a few states that do music, some are bigger than other, but also like within Sydney itself, like because we're not like the Dutch crowd that's super spoiled. Don't take this in the wrong way, but it's just it is how it is. It is how it is. But we are also spoiled in Australia, where people nowadays can do pick and choose where to go. And as someone that lives in the same country, people can pick and choose who to go to see, right? Unless you can sustain that and you can, cater for, the majority of crowds, it's a bit hard because also life's expensive. It's not easy to go to every party every weekend in Australia because the living expenses is it's heaps.
Super expensive.
It's super expensive and just it's just costly, man. Like people are struggling at the moment. The wages not going up, but everything else pricing wise is going up. And in order for me as an artist who is in a super niche genre of music and a niche, even more niche subgenre, which is like extra raw slash raw, it's very hard for us to sustain a living in Australia. So we do have to move here if we want to pursue a full-time career within the music industry. And obviously, what better place to be than the Netherlands or Europe in general, where you have access to pretty much almost 3 to 4 events every weekend. You have the festival season, which is like super big here, starts in April, ends end of August. Then you have all these indoor events. You have all these new countries. Or you have all these countries now in Europe that have a scene, and it's also growing. So it's kind of like super accessible.